Okay, so today we're going to go over the volume of a sphere. The formula for the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi times r to the power of 3. Now, it's just like yesterday's lesson where we talked about volume of a cone and a cylinder. So, in these problems, all they're going to do is they're going to give you one number, and that number is either going to be the diameter or the radius. And we really only need the radius. So let's do an example to be able to understand how it's very similar to the problems we did the other day. So what is the volume of a sphere? So they tell you that the radius is 5, so that's your radius. So that means for my formula it's 4/3 pi r cubed. So instead of the r, I'm going to put a 5 in its place. Everything else stays the same, as you can tell. So the only thing that we plugged in was the 5, which was the radius, according to the picture. Now, you will use your calculator once again to let you do all the hard work. So you would do 4 divided by 3 times second pi times 5. Now, how do we get that exponent of 3? Well, the easiest way to put an exponent on a number, you will have to click the button, the caret head, which is right below the clear button. This is known as the caret head. So you click it, and if you notice, it puts a little box at the top as an exponent. So all you have to do is just click what number goes in there, and we want a 3. So now, there you go. All you have to do is click enter, and it gives you your answer, 523.60, because this rounds up to 60. So 523.60 is the volume of that sphere. And remember, a sphere is just basically a ball, okay? Now, example 2, what is the volume of the sphere? As you can tell, the radius is 12. So my formula is going to be 4/3 pi r cubed. So instead of the r, I'm going to put a 12 in its place, okay? So now, I'm going to use my calculator to do all the hard work. So 4 divided by 3 times pi times 12 to the power of 3. And I end up with 7238.23 as the volume. Okay. Example 3. What is the volume of the sphere? Now, if you notice, this is the diameter. So half of the diameter is 6 inches. So the radius for this problem is 6. So when I plug it into my formula, instead of the r, I'm going to plug in a 6. So using my calculator, 4/3 times pi times 6 to the power of 3 gives me 904.78 after you round to the second decimal place. And finally, a standard NCAA basketball has a radius of 4.78. What is the volume of the basketball? Well, you know that the radius is 4.78, so if I plug it into my formula, 4/3 pi r cubed, instead of the r, I'm going to plug in 4.78 to the power of 3. Okay? So using my calculator, I will do 4 divided by 3 times pi times 4.78 to the power of 3. And that gives you a volume of 457.48 after you round. Okay? If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in class the next day.